Hey, what's up guys? Today I'll be working on my 2019 Ford Raptor here, which by my standards is absolutely filthy. I've got a few secrets to share with you along the way, and then I'll also show you guys up close what kind of shape the truck is in after 4 years and 62,000 kilometers of driving. But not only that, I've also got a huge announcement for you guys later in the video. For now though, I'll show you how filthy the truck is after 5 months of driving. Yes, full disclosure here guys, I haven't cleaned it once in the last 5 months. I'll talk about why that is later, but you can see the exterior is jam-packed with dirt, and a fair bit of that has made its way inside the truck too, so it's time to get Ruby all cleaned up and looking pretty again. Now, like you guys just saw, Ruby here is a very dirty girl right now and needs to have a good sponge bath. But before we get to that, I need to get all the dirt from the last 5 months blasted off the truck. And to address a comment I see every now and then that says I should be using a pre-soak agent on dirty vehicles, as pressure washing dirt is apparently damaging the paint, well, that's just flat out wrong. Plain and simple. I have done this on every single vehicle I have ever owned, even when they are far dirtier than this, and I can guarantee you that the paint isn't damaged in the slightest when doing this. I do see how a person might think that, but if this wasn't perfectly safe, I certainly wouldn't be doing it on my own vehicles, let alone other people's. As you guys might know, when I got the truck 4 years ago now, I immediately ceramic coated it, and I'm going to give you an up close look at how the coating is holding up at this point, and the results are almost certainly going to shock you. Now as I get to work on cleaning the wheels here, something you guys may not know is that I actually will typically clean the tires more than once, as in a lot of cases they're still dirty after the first scrub. So while it isn't something I film all that often, do know that it happens on nearly every vehicle, as the tires won't be clean until the cleaner doesn't turn brown when agitated. Starting with the detail brush now, and before I show you the condition of the ceramic coating on the truck, just know that how long a ceramic coating lasts, or any wax or sealant for that matter, entirely depends on a few things. One being the environment it sees, so if it sits outside all its life or is constantly peppered with dirt, it won't last as long, but the biggest factor is how often it's touched and how it's touched. So for me, like I said earlier, I haven't cleaned the truck for 5 months, and I'm going to guess that over the last 4 years, I've only washed the truck about 20 times because I'm incredibly busy and rarely have time, which means that when it does get dirty, it stays that way for a while. Plus, when I do wash it, it's done so following proper methods and very carefully. So while the coating was only supposed to last 1, maybe 2 years, it's still holding up very well and the water beads right off it, as you'll see, after more than 4 years. Had I washed it every couple of weeks, it would have been worn away after a year or two max. So while this might sound crazy to you, it makes a big difference as Ruby still looks as good as the day I bought her. Now, if there's any truck owners out there, you probably know the struggle of getting your truck clean and still having your mud flaps look terrible, but fear not, as I've solved the problem. All you need to do is use some degreaser and agitate with something like my wheel brush and then rinse it off. Later on in the detail, when they're dry, I'll apply some of my tire dressing, which works great on rubber, and that'll make them look brand new again. Turning my attention to the WeatherTech floor mats now, and I'm actually going to do something a little different with these today. Normally with floor mats, I'll spray them off, hit them with APC and my drill brush, and then rinse, but I've always found that with certain types of mats, WeatherTech's especially, there's typically what looks like dirt stains that just won't come off. So because this material is more like a hard plastic than it is rubber, I want to try a new method today, and that's to use my steamer on them later on to see if I can get them to look new again. With the floor mats taken care of for now, I'll quickly get any garbage that's accumulated removed from the truck, along with Mike's secret chocolate stash. Moving further into the truck now, and while I do have a full coverage floor mat back here, there is still a little bit of debris that managed to make its way underneath, though I still really don't understand how, but either way it shouldn't take too terribly long to get it sucked up. starting on the driver's side now, and one little tip I have when you've got the vacuum out is to make sure you suck up any dirt that's in the crevice of the weather stripping around the door, and then a little later on I'll show you how I clean this area.
Hey guys, hope you don't mind a quick little interruption. I'll get you back to the video in just a second, but before I do, I've got a huge announcement to share with you, and that is the absolutely massive Detail Geek Auto Care Spring Blowout Sale that is bigger than any other sale that we ever do, including Black Friday. That's right, the entire site is on sale now with discounts up to 40%, so if you need to stock up on anything before detailing season is in full swing, then now is the time to do it. The sale is live right now, guys, for the next couple of weeks, and I would love nothing more than to sell out the entire site, so let's make it happen. The sale is me showing my appreciation to you guys for helping me grow this company and this brand to what it is today, so be sure to check out detailgeekautocare.com right after this video is over and stock up on everything you need. We ran this sale last year, guys, and it was a huge success, so let's crush things again this year. Okay, let's get back to the video now. All right guys, well as I finish up this step here, you might wonder why I pulled a set of detail brushes out of the compartment in my door earlier. And that's actually because these just live in my vehicle all the time. So it might seem a little bit weird, but I actually started doing this a number of years ago now. So anytime I'm out driving and stopped at a red light or something, I'll actually just take a second or two and kind of just clear off any of the dust or debris that's kind of accumulated around the dash or around the in the vents, the radio buttons, that sort of thing. And it's one of those things you can do. It takes, really just a few seconds every now and then. And it goes a long way to keeping your vehicle just looking cleaner. And I don't know, I'm the type of person that I pull up to a light and stop, I'm looking around, that kind of bothers me. So yeah, really super useful to have in your vehicle. But I also keep an ultra soft brush in my office too. It's really good for getting the dust off your computer screen or your keyboard, in between all your keyboard keys. Very useful for that as well. So definitely a tool I'd recommend every detailer have, but not only that, I mean, pretty much anybody can use these. And yeah, you can find them over on my website at detailgeekautocare.com right now.
Like I mentioned earlier, the crevice and the weather stripping around the doors is almost always dirty, and the best way I found to clean that is to just blast all the dirt out with the steamer and then wipe it clean with a microfiber towel. Alright guys, well here's what the driver's floor mat is looking like after spraying it off earlier, and you can see that there's some dirt staining going on. So like I said, I'm going to use my all-purpose cleaner and the brush attachment on the steamer to see if I can't get that removed, since I know from experience that using the drill brush definitely doesn't do it. And honestly, this is the one gripe I have with WeatherTech mats. They always seem to stain where soft rubber floor mats can clean up to look new no matter how old they are. So I'm hoping that maybe the steamer will be the answer here, as not being able to get these perfectly clean has always been something that's bothered me. Now unfortunately, after steaming, the dirt stains are still there, so I'm chalking this up to a material issue with the WeatherTech mats, and it's likely a permanent thing. Popping back inside the truck now and using some of my Detail Geek leather cleaner, which is on sale now over at detailgeekautocare.com. In the spring blowout sale, I'll get the leather freshened up and looking new again, but the best part about the conditioner is the natural leather scent that it leaves behind. It just smells so luxurious, like you got brand new leather in your vehicle, so consider picking up a bottle while the sale is on. Okay, to boost the beautiful red paint that Ruby has, I'm using my ceramic spray coating, which is something I use every time I detail the truck. And what this does on a ceramic coated vehicle is just acts to top up the coating and keep it performing its best. But it can also be used as a standalone product on any vehicle to boost the gloss and hydrophobicity. Now as I get 303 applied to the tonneau cover that still looks brand new, thankfully my camera didn't fall off the top of the truck here, because that would have been a very expensive mistake. Okay, like I mentioned earlier, I'm using my tire dressing on the rubber mud flaps to basically dress them and make them look brand new again. So for any of you guys with trucks out there, I'd highly recommend picking up a bottle from the site and making your mud flaps look new again. Okay guys, well as promised, here's a quick look at the condition of the Raptor after 4 years, and there's a few blemishes on it and things that need replacing, like the rear tires which are showing some uneven wear despite never being over or underinflated. Then there's the windshield which has a large crack in it. Thankfully it's not in my line of sight at all. And of course there's a few rock chips on the hood that need some touch-up paint, the cracked front grille from where I hit a bird. The skid blade has seen some battle scars from off-roading. The block heater plug somehow got beat up pretty good. No clue how that one happened. But I do know how the rear bumper got nicked. That was Mike backing into a snowbank. Yeah, aren't brothers great? The one that really bothers me though is the Baja Designs fog lights up front, where the plastic is flaking off the trim piece. The lights are great, but this is crap and they should do better. As for the inside, there's some wear on the steering wheel, and then one of the back seat belts has a bit of wear on it as well. Overall, not bad for a 4-year-old truck.
Well, there you have it, guys. Ruby here is all cleaned up and looking like $1 million again. And I, for one, cannot wait to take her out for a spin. Now, if you guys enjoyed this one and maybe learned a thing or two along the way, make sure you smash the thumbs up button and subscribe to the channel, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.